As fast-paced as this chapter was, we can all agree on one thing. We savored worldwidely the punch that Kuma has given towards Saint Saturn. This was biblical. This punch, I can tell you, is more historical than when Luffy punched a Celestial Dragon. Hands down. Hands down. And imagine when that part is gonna be animated. Dear Lord, this is gonna be history in the making once again. Saint Titan is very confused because apparently he pressed the self-destruct switch when the Revolutionary Army retrieved them. And thank God that didn't go off because Dragon and the others would have been destroyed. The way I see it, either Vegapunk is lying, well, not lying, but maybe he actually took something out that was suspicious that was installed by Saturn himself or something like that, or Kuma managed to detect that switch onto him and destroyed it. Maybe something like that. Needless to say, Kuma punches the holy hell out of Saturn, sending him flying throughout several buildings. Oh my god, this was such a divine beauty to admire. Seriously, this guy had to come in and look, even though it's just one punch, it's not gonna kill him, but god damn, I enjoyed that scene so much. You have no idea how many times I've reviewed those pages over and over and over again. This was such a masterpiece of a scene to explore. Thank you, Oda. Like, I really appreciated that. It was amazing. We still have a lot to explore about the Buccaneers because Vegapunk is even surprised that Kuma is able to stand up and go to defend his daughter like that, because at that point he's supposed to be in a complete vegetative state. So there are just things inside the human being and the human psyche that just pushes you to go beyond your limits. But it was about to mention something about the Buccaneers at a certain time, but we got caught off. But yeah, I think that there's more to discover about them, and I'm pretty sure that whatever it is about their history, it's probably related to Nika, the Sun God, the Will of the D, and so much more. We get this beautiful reunion between Bonnie and Kuma. Man, seriously, this was such a beautiful moment between daughter and daddy. And look, my heart really wrenched when I saw this. I was like, oh my god, we've been waiting for a long time seeing this reunion because we've seen Kuma's bloody past of so much pain and sorrows and sacrifice. Jesus Christ, this guy sacrificed so much and so much for the sake of his daughter. So it was just, even though it was just for one instant, it was beautiful to see those two reunited. And I wanna wish these two to have a happy ending, but considering in the current climate they are in, I don't see that happening. But at least they had this moment, this hug, and for me, it was just beautiful to see. Saturn reawakens and regenerates from the previous damage that he got. No surprise there. But Sanji and Franky jumps in to save Kuma from being totally annihilated. But Kizaru, as expected, he joins the fray to defend Saturn. And yeah, I mean, he's from the Marines, so, and we could see that he doesn't want to do this. Like, honestly, we've seen him for a couple of chapters, and his mood was not in it. Like, his heart is not in it at all. He doesn't want to do this, but he has to. That's his job. Kuma has completely stopped moving, but luckily is carried by Atlas towards the Labo phase. Hopefully, there's going to be something that can be done. Maybe not to save him completely, but, something. I feel like Kuma might do another sacrificial play here to help the Straw Hats and Vegapunk and Bonnie and everybody else allied to be saved from the upcoming Buster Call that has been initiated. But yeah, I don't see Kuma coming out alive out of this. I feel like he's really going to go through all out to save his daughter and her friends and the Stride and everybody else to to counter the Buster Call, like a huge explosion maybe. I don't know. Because look, if Kuma comes out alive out of this, look, that would be awesome. Like he deserves that at least. But yeah, this is it's hard to imagine at that point. I love this moment between Kizaru and Vegapunk at the last spread of the chapter. And I quote, you see Vegapunk saying, "Have you no heart? You're a sad man, Kizaru." And he responds, "Yes, I'm a miserable sight. I should have brought darker shades." Like I said previously, the guy, his heart is not in it, but he has to do it. He's a Marine soldier. He has to obey Saturn's orders. That's his job. And I think it hurts him the most because he spent time with Kuma, Vegapunk, even Bonnie at some point, and they were all getting along. And Kizaru understood that what Kuma was doing, it was all for the sake of his daughter's happiness. So having to do what he has to do, it's not with a joyful heart. He has to do it because that's his job. But yeah, but to be honest, there was a lot of rumor. I think it's pretty much official or not that he was the one who gave food to Luffy in the previous chapter. It was, but anyways, it's gonna be revealed probably the next chapter. But yeah, Kizaru, at the end of the day, he's a Marine admiral. He has to do what he is ordered to. But yeah, like he said, like I said, I should have brought darker shades because his eyes shows it. Like he's sad to do this, but he doesn't want to. But that's his job. So yeah. And the chapter ends on the Buster Call being initiated on Egghead Island. And yeah, shit is about to go down next week. So damn. The chapter was fast-paced, but man, it was dramatic. It was amazing. So by the way, next week I might not be able to review the chapter, and if I can, it might be a little bit later than the chapter's release. So my apologies in advance if I can't review the chapter next week. At best, what I'll do is just review it at the same time of the next chapter after the next one. So, but I'll still try my best to be there because I'm gonna be busy and perhaps out of town next weekend. So my apologies if you don't see me reviewing the chapter. But anyways, what did you think about this chapter? Look, did you love it? Did you hate it? Let's all talk about it in the comment section. Look, let's talk about that punch that Saturn ate at the expense of Akuma, because man, this was legendary. So thank you for watching my review, guys. Again, comment, give me a thumbs up. Let's all talk about it. Like, guys, let's all flood the comment section. Like, I really want to know what are your thoughts about this. And I'll catch you guys later, all right? So take care of yourself. See you around.